The idea behind this project is to make a multi-watt laser that you can put in your pocket using eBay parts. So this project is using these eBay laser diodes. 4.75 watts. $28.99. And I'm also using this laser diode here. It's the NUB M44s. So here's the laser diode drivers that I'm using. This is a Q-line. These are fairly inexpensive. It's like $13. And I take it out of the heatsink that it's on because this is going to be mounted on an aluminum frame. And this is the Black Buck. These work really good too. I like these. So they're more expensive. They're real small. If you want to make a compact setup, this is it. I left this one on the board. You can take it off the board. They're really tiny. These work good. Tried some other ones. These other drivers, I really don't like them too much. And these here, you see these on eBay. They get hot. That's not too good. I'll pry loose these connectors because we don't need them. We're just going to solder directly to the pins. I also file off these pin stubs on the back of the board because we're going to mount this on an aluminum sheet. And that'll stick through if you don't file them down a little bit, make it smoother. So what I do next is use some thermal isolation pad and cut that the size of the board, and that isolates all those contacts from the aluminum frame. For the trigger button, I'm using a momentary on push button switch. There's the finished laser. Push button on the back. The most crucial part with this project is to set up your diode current. So here is a look at the layout of the components. You can see I tried several experiments. The really nice ones use the integral lens diode using that compact mount, and the laser beam comes out through a hole in the case. Cover is just a bent piece of sheet metal. And an 832 screw goes through a hole in the cover, and there's a standoff nut inside the case in there, and that screws into that, and that holds the cover on. I like these a lot. And I took it one step further with this setup, and it uses one of those quadcopter 3-cell batteries, and this one is really nice and compact. Laser beam comes out there, comes out through a hole in the case. The case goes on, held in place with an 832 screw, standoff nut in the back. That's a real nice setup. That fits in your pocket real nice. This was another laser, and this has the MUMB44 series diode. This one takes the external lens, so that takes the bigger mount. It also has a large battery capacity. This throws a really nice beam, nicely focused spot beam, because of the lens is a much better setup. These are good too. They all have their own specific purposes, I guess. These other ones were experimental. These are some earlier ones. Came out with the layout and basic construction. It's a little big, but it'll work all day with a large battery capacity. Heavy duty construction. So here's a small laser setup that uses the quadcopter battery. There's our beam. Not bad. Here's our bigger setup using the MUBM 44s. It's a better beam. It's a better diode, but they're very expensive diodes. Here's one of my earlier units, and this uses the integral lens diode. These diodes are a multi-mode diode, meaning the laser diode is made up of several diodes put in parallel, and it throws an elongated beam. Some work good and some are not as good.